Headlines tonight, Governor Soludo expresses confidence to build more roads in the state. COOU inducts 43 graduates into Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. ASUU President Osodeke says union is ready to suspend strike. The foreign scene tonight, at least 10 persons killed, others missing in Italy flooding. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Ebere Ugonna. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has assured that Anambra West local government area will feel the impact of his administration. Governor Soludo gave the assurance during the Umweze-Anam Miata-Nzem Road Section 2 Miata-Nzem flag-off. Government House correspondent Valentine Mbadiwa has the details.
Governor Soludo, while flagging off the Miata-Nzem Road, noted that Anambra West local government headquarters will become motorable come January next year. He said that the condition of Anambra West, Obaru, and Okanot local government areas are part of the things that motivated him into contesting for governorship. He assured that his administration will ensure that these three local government areas will feel much impact of government presence, adding that funding projects that has great impacts on Anambra is paramount in his administration. Governor Soludo maintained that more access routes will connect Anambra West and other parts of the state to enable them supply their farm produce to other parts of the state.
And that is he can only mean no oh, if I but the dividend, the credit, part of it, belongs to each and every person who worked very hard for us to win the election.
The Transition Committee Chairman of Anambra West Local Government Area, Mr. Felix Ikechi, while assuring that the people of Anambra West will play their part to ensure the completion of the project, thanked Governor Soludo for fulfilling his promise.
On behalf of the good people of Anambra West, I welcome you to Anambra West, the food basket of the state. Today is symbolic. Our hope is restored today. At a point, it looked as if this road seemed elusive and unachievable. But we thank God that solution is here today. The significance of this road, the strategic significance of this road cannot be overemphasized.
The member representing Anambra East and West Federal Constituency, Honorable Chinedo Bidigwe, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Tony Collins Nwabunwanne, while expressing happiness over the project, highlighted other areas within the local government that needed government attention.
Address in the Anambra West. Mbose Imonku, below Oko, Anambra West, and Oka North, know the most marginalized local government of Anambra State. Ndebai, Nakere Miva. Anambra, Kadina Sabuda, Ayuna, Zulu, Yamaya. Omonam, Ilaja Pogo Bugogo.
Some members of the State House of Assembly and Executive Council members were present during the commissioning. Handing over the site certificate to the contractor and cutting of ribbon marked the official flag-off. From Miata, Valentine Bada reporting, Fabius News.
Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim has reassured that the programs and policies of Professor Chukwuma-led administration are structured in a way to tremendously favor youths in the state. The Deputy Governor gave the assurance when executives and some members of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, Anambra State Chapter, paid him a courtesy visit in his office at the Government House. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Governor Ibezim pointed out that the activities of the present administration are designed to uplift the living standard of Anambra, said that the welfare of the youths is among the top priorities of the Professor Soludo government. Dr. Ibezim reiterated that entire Anambra need to combine efforts with the state government to enthrone the proposed livable and prosperous state. He asked the state executive of the NYCN to endeavor to make Anambra youths proud through the various positions given to them to serve the people, as according to him, opportunity to occupy leadership positions should be for positive impact and delivering of selfless services and not for personal gains.
I asked for employment in the Anambra employment. So there must be something big in Uche where they are. And me, I believe if FBI that you want to be a leader, to make a difference. And yes, I go and engage the all.
Speaking earlier, the state chairman, National Youth Council of Nigeria, Sovio Emeka Obi, while commending Professor Soludo government for proactive efforts already making towards the actualization of its campaign promises, assured that Anambra NYCN and the entire youths in the state are solidly behind the government and will contribute their quota in making the state better. Survey Obi appealed to the state government to come to the aid of the state NYCN in aspects of funding, means of mobility, assistance of the organization's skill acquisitions and empowerments for the youths, among others.
For all the support so far you are giving to the youth of Anambra under various umbrella of youth that has converged to move the activities, the programs of the youth, and to ensure that the implementation of various programs of the youth by this government is actualized. We want to thank you, and we want to categorically say at this very moment, we wouldn't know any other person who would have been a better deputy governor than you, sir.
In a vote of thanks, the Oka North Local Government Area Coordinator of the state NYCN, Comrade Chibuzo Onukube, applauded the youth's friendliness of the state governor, Professor Soludo, and his deputy, Dr. Ibezim, expressing hope that the youths have brighter future under their tenure.
I want to especially thank you for giving us this privilege to come and interact with you and also share some of the ideas, the templates we have for Anambra youths. I also want to thank you for promising us that your door will always be open for us.
From Government House in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
43 medical graduates from the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University have been inducted into the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. The event, which took place at the premises of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwaka, attracted the Registrar, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, the university community, family and friends, students, the Anambra State Commissioner of Police, C.P. Echeng, among others. Health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye was at the event and now reports.
The new inductees, the registrar who commended the mutual relationship between the Anambra State government and the university, told the new graduates that they must be of good conduct, abide by the ethics of the profession at all times, as their profession is a highly regulated field. Dr. Sanusi warned them that the council possesses the rights to sanction or reprimand any of them, even as he called on them to continue to work in order to protect and safeguard the lives of the people.
With due respect, let me appreciate the government of Anambra State for what they've been doing for this university. We listed quite a lot of deficiencies. By the time we came in and we went around yesterday, we were impressed with what we saw. I'm happy the commissioner is here.
The Anambra State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumude, in her speech said that Governor Chukwuma Soludo administration is determined to positively turn around the health sector of the state and asked the new doctors to take their job seriously.
That they observe their code, the code they have just sworn to, because being a medical doctor means a lot, but above all, it means living for humanity. living not for yourself, forgetting yourself and living for humanity. That is the meaning of being a medical doctor.
According to the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Greg Nwakobi, they have completed the construction of Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences through Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, which is part of the requirements by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria to increase the quota given to the institution and urged the new inductees to be good ambassadors of the university at all times and commended Governor Soludo for his benevolence to the university.
The essence of this structure is to make it possible for the students who are being trained in medical sciences to be close to the teaching hospital where they can assess the clinical aspect of their training and learning, and at the same time be fully prepared to face their tomorrow.
The Provost, College of Education of the University, Professor Emmanuel Oji, told the ABS that they are working tirelessly to make the university one of the best in the country and told the inductees to be good ambassadors of the school. The pioneer Provost of the College of Medicine of the university, Professor Frank Akwaka, equally delivered a speech during the event. Dr. Lillian Amushonike emerged as the overall best graduating students of the set. Induction proper by the graduates climaxed the event. From Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwaka, this is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
The Governor, Rotary International District 9142, Mrs. Grace Okaro, has paid a courtesy visit to the Managing Director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sanchido Obidiegu, at the corporate headquarters of the organization in Awka. Mrs. Okaro, who was in company of key members of the district, was on an official visit to Anambra State and familiarization of Rotary International clubs in the state. Correspondent Kenneth Chukwudi tells us more.
Welcoming the district governor and her entourage, ABS MD Sachido appreciated Rotary International for all they do which are geared towards uplifting humanity. He highlighted the efforts of the state government in ensuring a prosperous and livable homeland for Anambra, a vision, he said, is in tandem with that of Rotary, which gives room for partnership, and urged Rotarians to be true to their ideals and always tailor the aims and objectives of the group to be all-inclusive.
I want to say that since you have been cooperating with my predecessors, what have you done to me that I wouldn't cooperate with you? We have to continue partnering. We definitely have to continue partnering. We are here. If there are things and areas we think that ABS would collaborate and partner with you, we're here and we're available to partner with you.
In her address, the district governor, Mrs. Okaro, noted that the visit is important as it helps foster partnership for progress, as the visit gives her the opportunity to familiarize with about 10 clubs in Anambra State to know their challenges and chart a way forward. She appreciated the ABS boss for the warm welcome and extension of hand of partnership.
Because we need to be prepared. We need people to know what we are doing, because we are misconceived. People out there don't understand what we do, and we need the media to assist us to get the message out to them. And that is why it's important for us to be here.
The chairman, Rotary International Stakeholders, District 9142, Mr. Abuchi Nwozo, and an assistant governor of Rotary International, Mr. Charles Chika, explained that Rotary is an open association for all who seek to make impact on humanity and make a difference in the world. Members of the ABS Board of Management, including the Director of News and Current Affairs, Mr. Gabe Okpaleze, the Director of Administration, Lady Tina Ekenta, that of Engineering, Mr. Paul Okoye, joined the ABS Director to welcome the visitors. The District Governor later decorated ABS MD with Rotary tag and presented souvenirs to him. In Awka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The Nigerian National Assembly had in 2006 promulgated the National Building Code aimed at providing the minimum standards necessary to safeguard life and property, guarantee public health and welfare by effectively regulating the process of design, approval, construction, use and occupancy, creation and maintenance of all buildings and structures. In spite the National Building Code 2006, which lays down minimum provisions buildings need in order to ensure public safety, report shows about 400 deaths and over 100 injuries owing to building collapse from 2013. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Ekwi Ajude has details.
Non-legislation and enforcement of this building code by the National Assembly, some regulatory and professional bodies in the built environment counted as one of the reasons for the incessant building collapse in Nigeria. Rising from a meeting in Abuja, presidents of the bodies, through the president of the Council for the Regulation of Engineers in Nigeria, COREN, Engineer Ali Alimasuya Rabiu, also counted non-domestication of the National Building Code, the use of non-professionals who have no capacity in projects, non-verification of building design, use of substandard materials, disparity between the design and construction in Nigeria as some of the causes of building collapse in Nigeria. They said the development control officers contribute largely to the collapse of buildings in Nigeria and should be held accountable for most of the collapses. The group, however, made some recommendations on how best to curb building collapse to the barest minimum, saying that there is need for an act on enforcement and compliance of the approved National Building Code by the National Assembly. According to the professional bodies, government should set up a construction court to handle cases of misconduct, while state governments must domesticate the codes, which the forum of regulatory bodies in the built environment would drive. They also advocated synergy amongst professionals in the built environment, government and regulatory bodies, as well as introduce functionality tests for buildings from two-story buildings upwards.
The ARCON, that is the Architects Registration Council of Nigeria, issue ARCON professional registered number to its professionals on any design they submit for approval. And COREN should also duplicate same here, COREN registration number. The need for the enforcement of the use of standard materials. 10, the need for collaboration for all the professionals to collectively visit construction sites as a team. For example, what we are saying here is that current ERM teams will liaise with the monitoring teams of other regulatory bodies to visit particular sites in their jurisdiction.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajude, ABS News.
Well, moving on to our national stories now. President, Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, has said the union is willing to end its 7-month-old strike. Osodeke, however, said this could only be achieved if concrete agreements are reached with the federal government. He gave the assurance in Abuja at the National Town Hall meeting on tertiary education tagged "The Locked Gates of Our Citadel, a National Emergency." Recall that the union embarked on industrial action on February 14, making it over 7 months since public universities across the country were closed down. The federal government recently sued ASU at the industrial court in an attempt to end the strike. Osodeke said, on all these issues, we have given the government a minimum that we can accept, but they have not responded on the issue of revitalization, on the issue of end allowance, and on issues that we have all discussed. Osodeke reiterated the union's commitment to return to school if the federal government puts its proposal on the table, saying negotiation could be reached if the government is willing. The ASU president expressed sadness over the lingering strike, which resulted in the government taking the union to court. He said suing the union was not an option, as it would further worsen the situation of students and tertiary education in the country. And the foreign floodwaters triggered by heavy rainfall have swept through several towns in a hilly region of central East Italy, leaving 10 people dead and several missing, according to state radio. Dozens of survivors scrambled on rooftops or up trees to await rescue early on Friday. Barbara Mayor Riccardo Pasqualini told Italian state radio, describing the sudden downpour on Thursday evening that devastated his town in the Marche region near the Adriatic Sea. While firefighters said 7 deaths were confirmed and 3 people were missing, RAI state radio said there were 10 confirmed deaths. 2 children, including one swept out of his mother's arms by rushing waters in Barbara, were among 4 people still unaccounted for by late Friday morning. A mother and her daughter, aged about 8, who were trying to escape the floodwaters, were missing in Barbara. Many of the 300 firefighters deployed waded through waist-high water in flooded streets, while others operated rubber dinghies to scope up survivors along their path. And on sports news, the Nigerian working football team will today embark on a 2-day playing tour of Kigali, Rwanda, as part of their preparations for next year's Working Football Nations Cup to be held in Manchester, England. Working football is reportedly a slower-paced version of the beautiful game, and it was originally designed to help get over 50s back into football and increase physical activity through rekindling players' love for the game. Now, in its formative years in Nigeria, the working football team will be accompanied on the tour by interim chairman of Waka Football in Nigeria, Godson Uti, while chairman of Imo State Football Association and presidential candidate in the forthcoming 2022 NFF elections, Mazi Amanze Uchebolam, is expected to captain the team for the international friendlies. Although they are species of the Federation of International Working Football Association, there will be a maximum of 32 teams across 2 age groups of over 50s and over 60s for the delayed Working Football World Nations Cup in Manchester, which was to be held in 2020 but shifted to the summer of 2023. Apart from Nigeria and Rwanda, 5 other African national teams including Zambia, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda and Morocco have confirmed their participation at the Manchester 2023 Working Football World Nations Cup. And that's it on the news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page of ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com at ABS Television Orca, and follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Well, and just before we go tonight, a quick look at our major stories. Governor Soludo has expressed confidence to build more roads in the state. COOU has inducted 43 graduates into Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. ASU President Osodeke has said union is ready to suspend strike. On the foreign scene, we brought to you that at least 10 persons have been killed, others missing in Italy flooding. Well, here is a special message. Again, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. Now I'm Berry. We're going to enjoy the rest of your evening.